show you how easy it is to cook and prepare mussels. They're on the website at the moment. This is a kilo we received this morning. It's been kept in the fridge. It's now 2 o'clock in the afternoon, 3 o'clock in the afternoon, something like that. This is what happens. This is how they come to you. Now, what we're looking for now is any that are open. And you can see there is one open there. Now, what you do is all you do. You tap the bag, and as you'll see, the mussels are alive and they start to close. That one's now nearly completely closed. In fact, it is closed now. See if there's any more. There's another one there. As you can see, that one's closing up as well. That's nearly completely closed now. Let's see if there's any more. No more. What we're going to do now is open the net. These are rope-grown Scottish mussels. Been using this supplier for about 10, 12 years now. Excellent. This is the best time to eat mussels. These months now, September, October, November, December, the best time. I'm just going through to see if any more are open. As you can see, there's, no, that's broken. So that's a broken one. So what we do with this one, it's no good trying to tap it to see if it closes. We're just going to discard it. It's a broken mussel, happens sometimes in transit. Just check there's no more broken ones. Doesn't appear to be. And they're all closed up. Yep, they're all closing up. As soon as you start to move them or bang them, you'll find that the mussels will start to close. And you can keep these, I think we give a 2 or 3 day shelf life on these, fine. The quicker you eat them, the better. Same with the clams. And this is exactly the same process with the clams as well. No need to wash them. They've all been filtered. They've all been treated with salt water. And they're ready to go. I'm going to make mussel provençale today, not mussels marinara. It's an easy tomato-based sauce. Any tomato-based sauce will do this trick. If you've got one yourself at home, you've got the recipe, that's fine. So all you need to do is add the mussels once they're cooked. We're going to show you how to make this sauce today. So we've got some onions, some fresh oregano. You don't need fresh oregano, you can use the dried, you can use mixed herbs, thyme, whatever you want. We've got some chopped flat leaf parsley, the curly parsley's fine. We've got 2 garlic cloves chopped, and we've got a tin of chopped tomatoes and some olive oil. That's purely just to sweat the onions down. So we're going to start the sauce. This is real time, and this is how quick it will be. So, pan on. About, I don't know, 2 tablespoons of olive oil, I suppose. That's enough. In with the onions. Now we're going to keep these in here for a couple of minutes, sweat them down until they're soft, and then we're going to add the other ingredients. You can use a red onion, doesn't have to be a white onion. Now we don't want to colour the onions, we just want to soften them. But we must soften them, otherwise they'll become hard in the dish when it's finished. So we just need to soften the onions down. Now we're not going to add any salt to the sauce because there's a lot of salt content. When the mussels open and when the mussels cook, they're going to release the juices that's inside the shell, and that is going to be quite salty. So there's no need to add any salt to the mussels or the sauce. Quite important, because otherwise you're just going to get a load of salty tasting dish at the end. So we're nearly about there now. Onions looking soft. Now we're going to add the garlic. I'm not going to add the garlic before that because otherwise garlic burns and that won't be good. So add that straight away in with the oregano. or mixed herbs, like I said. This is real time. Now we're going to put the tin of tomatoes in. Tomatoes in. Now we're just going to let that simmer on the back whilst we cook the mussels. So now to cook the mussels, you need a pot with a lid because the mussels are basically going to steam in their own juices with the help of a glass of wine. Haven't got to use the wine, you can use fish stock, chicken stock, you could even use some water. But you must have a lid, and preferably a pot where the mussels can have a little bit of space, because at the end of the day they are opening up. So if you try and cram them in a little bowl or a little pot, it won't work. So this is the type of pot you need. Large glass of white wine or stock. Sauce is still ticking away a lot at the back. In fact, that's okay now, so we can turn that off. Sauce is done. That's how quick the sauce is. I'm going to leave this on, this wine, just so it comes to the boil basically, before we put the mussels in, because we're going to try and create some steam. That's the whole idea. The wine's coming up to the boil now. It's been on literally, not even 30 seconds. So get the mussels straight in the pan. Just like that. Lid on. The sauce has now been turned off. Sauce is done, and it was literally on whilst the sauce was on whilst we were just boiling up the wine and putting the mussels in. Sauce is done. Now, we know when the mussels are going to be cooked when they open up. As soon as they open, the mussels are done. What we want to do is create this steam, and that's going to open up the mussels. Probably take about 3 or 4 minutes. It's been on, I don't know, maybe a minute and a half, 2 minutes. Just going to check them. As you can see, they're starting to open. So just give them a stir around. As you can see, there's plenty of room in this pan for the mussels to open. Let's just start. Lid back on. Another about 1 more minute, as you can see. 1 more minute and they'll be done. Back on. Just keep an eye on the pot doesn't boil over with the wine, so we'll just turn it down a fraction. So the sauce is still warm because we've only just turned it off. Check the mussels again. As you can see, they are, apart from 1 or 2, nearly done. We'll leave that in for another minute. What we don't want to do is overcook the mussels, so lid off again. Okay, as you can see, they're all open. All the mussels are open. So now what we do, we get our sauce, tip that into the mussels. Mix the sauce in. dish done. Now we're going to add the parsley, chopped parsley, some black pepper, now we're going to serve the mussels. So let's get some crusty bread and another spare bowl for the shells. And that 1 kilo, as you can see, will do easily 2 main courses, 3 or 4 starters, wedge of lemon, crusty bread, mussels provençale.